and Martin.
All right, see if this works. So thank you very much for having us. So I work for Zynka, and we're basically an optimization partner for the construction and real estate industry, working with the whole building lifecycle, from the very early investment stages to the planning, to the design, eventually to the handover, and then the management of the building. And we do this through consultancy services, and more importantly here, through software solutions. So, let's see. Our software, Digital Buildings, is a digital twin platform focusing on collecting, visualizing, and analyzing more or less all type of building and property information in one interface. And just to give you a brief overview of how that actually might look like, I brought a few slides here just straight from the platform. So we work very much from a top-down perspective, where we can work with a whole portfolio down to single specific systems, component, objects, and products. So here's just a portfolio overview. The next level might be more of a building overview on an area. And this could, for example, be buildings where we have connected energy consumption. And then we will visualize them, and you can more or less straight away see where the energy consumption is extra high, extra low, or whatever it is, whatever KPI you're actually trying to analyze here. As another example, this is an outer environment of a property where we have mapped out all the different types of outdoor spaces that exist there in order for the management to actually know exactly how many square meters do we have of grass, how many square meters do we have of asphalt here, how many parking lots do we have. Another example. There it comes. So this is an indoor building, and here we have connected more or less different types of indoor sensors in order to see the climate. And you can see that the rooms here are colored based on some kind of indication from the sensors. So it could be that the temperature is too high, it could be presence, for example. And then, of course, we can also do more traditional dashboards and analyze the same type of information through this. So this was just a very brief overview of the type of data we work with and that we collect in the platform. So to get into it, what we're actually faced with and many of the challenges we see from our customers today, because the fact is we've grown quite good at building up this infrastructure, building up the information hierarchy of this digital twin. What we're faced with now is to integrate a lot of different types of data. So this is an actual example here. So in this building, and it's not this particular building right here, because I can see a few guys who knows which building it is, but in this example, they wanted to connect indoor climate, they wanted to have tracking of people indoor, they wanted to connect energy consumption, and they also wanted to connect a few camera streams. And as it turns out, what they had invested in was 4 different types of networks. So we had a LoRaWAN network for the indoor sensors, we had a Bluetooth Low Energy network for the tracking, and then you had a Modbus protocol that was basically wired in the buildings for the energy, and lastly, we had cameras over the Wi-Fi. And this works well for pilot projects, but you can understand the type of investment this actually is when you try to scale this in a whole portfolio. And I think it's interesting to think about how it looks on the more personal market here if you want to do this at home and what's happened in the few past years. Because the fact is, today you can go to a store and you can buy a smart light bulb from, say, for example, Philips Hue, and come back home and it takes you 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then you have it connected and you can access this information from HomeKit, from Google Home, Alexa. All it requires is that you have a good Wi-Fi in your home. And really, couldn't it be this simple for commercial buildings as well? So just to wrap it up here, I see by having the type of network that 5G actually could give us, we have a few things that is going to be the driving factors now and that we see from our customers. And it is, the first things is like people tracking, asset tracking, and indoor positioning. And then on the other side, it is working with larger streams of data, and in particular from security systems and different types of camera data. And this is going to enable more position-based applications, such as this here, which is basically just a tenant applications for you visiting it, enabling functions such as AR. It's going to enable larger analytics, flow analytics of campuses. It is going to make us able to connect these camera streams and automatically detect things in these camera streams and add those into your existing information flows and systems. Eventually, more or less, making this digital twin not only dynamic in the sense that we can handle flowing and streaming data, but dynamic in the sense that the whole building itself is actually going to be physically represented and updated as things happening in it. You move furniture, we can keep control of that through the cameras, for example. And I see that I'm already over time now, so thank you very much.
Tack Martin. And welcome Håkan, next on stage.
Thank you.